I'd like to call to order the Utility Service Board for the City of Lawrence on this the 27th day of December 2023. Four or five members are present, so we do have a quorum. First order of business, the minutes were sent out to all the members for their review by email. I would entertain a motion that we approve the minutes of the December 12, 2023 meeting.
So moved.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded. Any additions or corrections? If not, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those nay, that is approved. The claims were sent out to members for their review by email. I would entertain a motion that we approve the payment of the claims.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion? If not, we'll vote. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Those nay, that is approved. Report of our utility superintendent, Scott.
Good evening, everyone. So we got just a couple of things on the agenda tonight. The first is the task order number 10 with American Structure Point. This is, if you recall, the I&I investigation projects that we're doing in Jamestown Apartments and Maplewood Mobile Home Parks. This one is for Maison Gardens apartment complex, which we have, by virtue of on-site firsthand observation, determined there's some serious issues in there with the sanitary sewer. So we wanted Structure Point to get in there and do the same kind of investigation, and we'll generate a report, and then moving forward, we'll work with that owner to get those sanitary sewer issues evolved. So we do recommend approval of task order number 10. The total cost for that, the engineering work from Structure Point, as well as the field work, which is the on-site inspection, CCTV inspection, smoke testing, and all that stuff, is $60,600. We also have tonight an easement from Harrison Ford. If you recall, on our sanitary sewer capacity improvement project here on Fort Harrison, we had to get an easement from them. And early on in the project, it was determined that the original alignment had to be shifted because of a storm sewer that was encountered that was not accounted for on the original design. So we had to shift that sewer a little bit further south. And so all this is just an easement to the easement document that will be signed tonight will just basically, it'll vacate the old easement and then provide a new easement with the corrected legal description to match the actual location. So that's a fairly simple one.
On that, Scott?
Huh?
Are they planning on putting another building over there?
Yes, yeah, there's going to be a new warehouse there. It's pretty big. I don't recall exactly how big, but yeah, that should be starting here before too very long. And just so you know too, Harrison Ford they've been very great to work with, and they did not, they gave us that easement free of charge. So we do really appreciate them. The last item I want to do is if you recall, some time ago we had talked about how we participated in a voluntary PFAS testing that IDEM was doing statewide. Under our the letter of engagement with Taft, we also did a separate set of PFAS sampling strictly under their the letter of engagement. So we have those test results in. I want to make sure, and I'm going to read this pretty much verbatim because this is, we worked real hard with our legal team to craft this statement. And given the nature of PFAS and everything that's going on right now, I didn't want to say anything that might not help us in the future if we do end up having to go to litigation, which right now is not looking that way, but you just never know. So So likely, we all have all probably seen recent new articles about the existence of per and polyfluoroalkyl substances, in other words, PFAS, a class of synthetic organic chemicals that contain fluorine. PFAs are human-made chemicals commonly found in the environment, including in utilities and municipalities around Indiana. Because studies indicate that the exposure to PFAS above certain levels may result in adverse health effects, the Indiana Department of Environmental Management, IDEM, is undertaking PFAS monitoring at all community public water systems throughout Indiana. The samples of finished treated water provided by Lawrence Utilities collected by IDEM in July of 2023 contain PFAS amounts below IDEM's current reporting levels. Although local PFAS levels do not exceed current guidelines and action is not mandated at this time, Lawrence Utilities is taking a proactive approach to protect the interests of the city and to avoid passing costs on to residents should PFAS treatment and remediation be required in the future. Lawrence Utilities, through its Utility Service Board, hired a consortium of experienced law firms to represent the interests of the city of Lawrence and Lawrence Utilities in relation to the presence of PFAS and in any legal action that may be necessary in the future. This consortium represents other municipalities and water suppliers in PFAS-related matters throughout Indiana and beyond. So I think when we did that letter of engagement, I think that was the initial step in making sure that we're protected moving forward. I wanted to make sure and get this statement out there in a public way to make sure, that just in terms of transparency, yes, we did the testing. We've actually done 2 rounds of testing. And so that confirmed that we do have PFAS, but they are at levels that do not violate any regulatory levels. So there's no action required. However, we're going to have to stay on top of this moving forward, and that's why we have the letter of engagement in place with Taft. So I just wanted to make sure and get that information out there. That's it.
Very good. Well, thank you, Scott, and I understand that this is your last USB meeting,
Yes, it will be. Yep.
and so certainly on behalf of the board and really on behalf of the city of Lawrence, I just want to thank you for your years of service. And, I've been on the board for a little bit over 8 years, and the rest of the board members have been here that long as well. And I can tell you, you have made serving on this board a real pleasure. Just really appreciate your dedication, your professionalism, and just what you have done to elevate our services and to really recognize what needed to be done and to provide the leadership so that could be accomplished. And a great deal has been accomplished, and you should be very proud of your service and what you've done.
Well, I am, and thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And, I'll add in there that it's been a pleasure working with all of you, and because it's working with you guys that made, I didn't do all this on my own. It's teamwork, and you guys are a big part of that team, as well as guys like Paul and Tina and all the rest of the Lawrence Utility staff. So, any success I have has been down to the team, and so but I do really appreciate it, and I do appreciate the opportunity I had to be in the lead, I guess, and I certainly took a lot of pleasure and joy out of that, and I really did enjoy serving the citizens of Lawrence, and I was just happy
Well,
we got accomplished what we did. I mean, I am really proud of that.
well, a great deal was accomplished.
Yes.
Whether anyone else wanted to.
I'll second.
This
what
is
Steve
Tracy.
said. It's-
Go ahead.
Yes. Tracy?
This is Tracy. I can't really tell who was speaking, so I apologize, but I wanted to say, echo all of the things that were already stated, and congratulations on your retirement.
Thank you, Tracy.
Well, thank all of you. So, in any event, we will move on here. All members are now present. Unfinished business, we do not have any this evening. So under new business, I would entertain a motion that we approve task order number 10 from American Structure Point, Inc. for the Mason Gardens Apartments I&I study for $60,600.
Also move.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion? If not, we will vote, and we'll vote individually here. Dale?
Aye.
Zach?
Aye.
Dave?
Aye.
Tracy?
Aye.
I vote aye as well. That is approved. We do not have any account adjustments this evening. We did not have any remonstration of ratepayer dispute regarding disconnect notice. No one is present for citizens' comments. I entertain a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Dale?
Aye.
Zach?
Aye.
Dave? Tracy?
Aye.
I vote aye as well. We are adjourned.
Thank you, everyone, and
Thank
have a happy
you.
new year.
Happy New Year.